will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. You done this in the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in a blessed.
Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed.
I feel blessed
When your mantle is upon my life, I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed.
Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed.
Feel blessed, feel blessed.
I feel blessed
When your mantle is upon my life, I can dance like David did.
Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord.
You've been so long.
You got the enemy, shuffle, she will hear me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Ujao mi konsiwa ehojo, na manunga shemi kerama. Ujao mi konsiwa ehojo, na manunga shemi kerama. Enti, misuro, anajubu bombiara. Misuro, anajubu bombiara. Nonima kucham, Nanimu anije, Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed
When your mantle is upon my life, I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed.
Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed.
Feel blessed, feel blessed.
I feel blessed
When your mantle is upon my life, I can dance like David did. Feel blessed, feel blessed.
We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Na mesu erade se woni mi banko bia ne mabanke se Yankopana me de me ho matowo so. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me I done this with the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed.
I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Oh, you're blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord, You've been so long. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Jao mi konsiwa ehojo na manum ya shemi kerama. Jao mi konsiwa ehojo na manum ya shemi kerama. Enti misuro anajubo bombiara. Misuro anajubo bombiara. Onone makucham. Nyanimu wanije Ninu nasina metina. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Oh, you're blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord, Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Na mesu erade se woni mi banko bia ne mabanke se yankopana me de me ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me I done this with the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Oh, you're blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. You've been so long. You didn't let me shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Joe, me consume a hojo, Namanum, Yasham, Mikurama. Joe, me consume a hojo, Namanum, Yasham, Mikirama. Enti, Miss Rock, and I do from Biara. Miss Rock, and I do from Biara. Nonima kucham, nonima kucham. Nyanimu wanije, Ninu nasina metana. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu eradise wunimi banko bianima bankese. Yankupana medeme ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. We are done this in the Most High, Almighty God, creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your just like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord, You've been so long. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanu, Yasha, make your man. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanu, Yasha, make your man. Enti, Miss Ro, and I do go from Biara. Miss Ro, and I do go from Biara.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investments. Yes, my
investment. Your investment. Oh, sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards ratification.
meaning?
In simple terms, Sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stambik Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stambik Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investments. Yes, my
investment. Your investment. Oh, sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards ratification.
meaning?
In simple terms, Sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stambik Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stambik Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.
Hello, welcome to Encore, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, relationship, sex, and what have you. They call me Uncle Ebo Whyte. I work with Roverman Productions. And at Roverman Productions, we say, be the difference. Oh, there's a lot happening on Roverman this month and next month. On the 28th of this month, we would be having our second webinar. I know that this community has been awam. You didn't come to the webinar. Only two of you did. Next time, we'll write names. And then anyone who does not come to the webinar, when you come here, we would ask you, wait till you come to the webinar. But we're looking forward to having a great time on the 28th at 5 p.m. For further details, go to our website and you'll get all the details there. And then in April, on the 10th and 11th of April, we'll be streaming our play, one of our most hilarious plays, Men Run, Women Cry. Men take to their heels, women take to their napkin to wipe their eyes. You would love it, so keep those days open. Again, we'll be giving you more information as the days go by. But for now, thank you very much for being with us. I am so grateful that we have so many of you joining us. Saka, Opoku Dodu, Lisbeth, Ernestina, Priscilla, Yao, Akoto, Sasu, Michael, Doc. I'm not surprised that you only asked about a woman. And as, and then, hi, my MC, Kapte, I will need you in the studio whenever you are available. So don't stay wherever you are and be sending messages. I'd like you here. Hey, class captain, Nesbitt. Nesbitt, long time no here. I haven't seen you, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Emmanuel Osejan, and then who? Jenny McAfee, Chris, Efwa, Cynthia, lovely Amma. Well, that's a beautiful name. That's a lovely name. Nutifafa, and okay, and so many of you. Thank you all very much for joining us. Oh, and I hear that today is the birthday of a special person for Roverman, Nana Sam, one of the most gifted people I have ever worked with. She's a triple threat in that she sings, she acts, she dances. Oh, and she also knows how to, well, Nana, happy birthday. Happy birthday. My enemies were waiting for me to drop one so they can use it, but well, no weapon fashioned against me prospers. So today I'm going to attempt something interesting. I'm going to deal with a topic that I believe we're going to have a lot of fun with. Love in Ghana. Love in Ghana. Many people say that Ghanaians are not romantic and things like that. In fact, was it one of our presentations that somebody said she's waiting to marry a white person?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you realize that there's quite a lot of love in Ghana. So we're going to start. I am presenting that in two parts. The first part is what you're going to hear today, and then the second part will be next week, when I bring you challenges of loving in Ghana, of having a relationship, a love relationship in Ghana. There are peculiar challenges for being in love in Ghana, and we'll be dealing with that next week. But for today, I'm going to look at Ghana in love. Now, what do I mean? I am going to use the letters of Ghana to show you some principles of building a good relationship. And I'm doing that because this month has been set aside as Ghana's month. In the media, a lot of media houses are having all kinds of programs to celebrate Ghana because of our independence celebrations. And so this is our contribution to Ghana Month. And for that, here is Ghana in love. Now, I said I'm going to use the letters of the word Ghana, of the name Ghana. Ghana begins with J, and I spelled that, as far as relationships are concerned, I spelled that for J for generosity, generosity, being generous, generosity. I do not think that any love relationship can begin without generosity, without at least one party being generous. But quite often when we talk about generosity, we normally are talking about generosity with money. No. Generosity, when it comes to building a good relationship, is much bigger than that. You've got to be generous with your time. You've got to be generous with your time. You've got to be generous with your words. In other words, your words would have to be kind. You have to be generous with your words. You have to be expressive. And then you have to be generous with your resources, with your substance. All three go together. So it is not enough just to be throwing your money and throwing money at your partner. And then when your partner needs to talk or needs somebody to be around, you are not there. Then that is not generosity. So that's the first principle for building a good relationship. There's got to be generosity there. That takes us to the second letter of Ghana, which is H. And I spelled that H for honesty. H for honesty. But we could also have spelled that as H for hygiene. I'll explain that later. But for now, let me focus on honesty. You know, honesty engenders trust. And I've always said that trust is a currency, is a money, if you like, the currency for relationship. If you like, it is the oil in the engine of that machine called love, or called a love relationship. Honesty. You've got to be honest. You've got to be honest with your words. We know that. But you've got to be honest with your feelings as well. There are documented cases of people pretending to feel something in a love relationship when they don't feel it. Indeed, there are cases where wives just pretend they are enjoying sex when they are not. And there are many cases like that. That is a very common case. In fact, there are women who know how to fake orgasm just to get a man off them, so they can get their sleep. You know, they are not impressed with the show the man is doing, but they know this man, he won't stop until he thinks that he has achieved something. So give him something to think that he has achieved something, and then he goes away. But in terms of feelings, there are people who even fake, who are dishonest with a feeling of being angry. You know inside you are not angry, but you know that if you squeeze your face, you get what you want. So even though you are not angry inside, you are faking it. You are being dishonest about it. Now the problem with that one is that the day you are truly, truly angry, he will think it is one of your shows, and he will not mind you. And then you've got to be honest with your actions. You've got to be honest with your actions. I liked the former First Lady of the U.S. Trump's wife, Melania. She could not fake holding his hands when she's not happy. And there are cases, there are more than 2 cases, when the man, wanting to be dishonest with his actions, reaches out to touch her hand in the full glare of cameras, and she will just bat the hand of Jamie Howe. And I thought that is an honest woman. But the point is this: watch it. You can be dishonest with your words, and you've got to watch it. Don't be dishonest with your words. Don't be dishonest with your feelings. Don't be dishonest with your actions. So we've gone through 2 letters. And I said that for H, I could even add hygiene, that we could have spelled H as hygiene in a relationship. Listen, there is nothing that kills anointing in bed more than some unwelcome scent. And so you've got to watch it, that if you are in a relationship, you've got to present your best self at all times, including coming to bed, including any contact you have with your partner. I tell this story. When I was in secondary school, I followed one of my friends to his house. And when we went there, the mother had polished and was sitting in the hall. So I told my friend, oh, it looks like your mom is going out. He said, no. My mother is waiting for my father. I said, what? He said, yeah. My father comes home at 4:30 every day. By 4, my mother is dressed and ready. My mother wants the first impression of my father when he enters the house to be of a smart, beautiful wife. And he said, my mother does that when my father is also leaving the house. Hygiene. And the beauty of it is that the man closes. The man was a client agent at Tema. The man closes and he can't wait to rush home because he knows there's a beautiful wife ready and waiting for him. Hygiene is important too. Hygiene is important. So J for generosity, H for honesty or hygiene, and that brings us to A, and that is A for attention. It's been said that women spell love as attention. In other words, if you are dealing with a woman and you don't give her attention, forget, you can't tell her you love her. But it is not only women who need attention. Men also need attention. So in a relationship, attention is key. What do I mean by attention? It means giving each other quality time, not your leftover time, because that is what many of us do. We do all the things we want to do, then, oh, it's time to go home, it's closing time, and then we go home, and when we are going home, all we are thinking of, oh, I'm going to go home, I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to finish watching the film, and then I'll sleep. We never factor into the fact that there's a partner waiting in the house. And so we are giving our partners our leftover energy, our leftover time. No. Attention means give each other quality time. But attention also means being affectionate with each other. Being affectionate with each other. And it comes in all kinds of ways. Now, that in particular does not come easy to some of us, especially some of us with the fisherman stock in us. We are not that romantic because our people are not that romantic. But then you've got to learn it. It doesn't come easy, but you've got to be able to do it. Attention also means being appreciative, showing appreciation for each other. In other words, I've done something for you. Be able to express appreciation. I dress up, be able to express appreciation. These are little things, but they do matter. You've got to show that I am on your mind. I am important. I am a priority for you, and that all comes from paying attention. Because I think there's one other point with attention. Because he's handling this thing for me. Admiration, yes. Attention also goes with admiration, showing admiration for your partner. Oh, you're looking good. I like your hair. Oh, that shirt, that color. These things, you would think that they don't matter, but they do matter. And then when you say to your partner, and even he doesn't acknowledge it in the right way, because again, those of us with the fisherman stock, we don't know how to take compliments well. Even then, you must understand that it has had effect. Even when you give the compliment and the person, oh, so note, it has had effect. So we've done J for generosity, H for honesty, also for hygiene. We've done A for attention. But we could also have done A for attitude. And I define attitude as a typical way in which you carry yourself and respond to any situation. And your attitude can mess things up for you, or they can make things very easy for you. In a relationship, you've got to have a positive attitude. You've got to have an enabling attitude. You've got to have the attitude that, remember, that always thinks that the person I'm dealing with has emotions. And no matter how right I am, I do not have the right to hurt that person's emotions. And if you can have that attitude, you would go a long way. That takes me to N. And for N, I am using two words, nurture and nourish. Nurture and nourish. You see, whenever you walk past a beautiful garden, don't think that the garden grew itself. Don't go away and say, oh, you know, the land must be very fertile. No, it has nothing to do with the land. It has to do with the person who is nurturing it, who is nourishing it. And that is what happens in a relationship. When you see a beautiful relationship, there's nurturing and nourishing going on. They are paying attention to each other. They are being supportive of each other. They're paying attention to each other. They are giving each other their highest priority. They nurture. They look for ways of surprising their partner from time to time. They look for ways of putting a smile on the face of their partner. They look for, they have a way of sometimes even taking a back seat and letting it be about their partner. That is nourishing and nurturing. And that has to happen in your relationship. And that brings me to the last letter of Ghana. And I call that A for acceptance. A for acceptance. In a love relationship works when you accept your partner. Accept your partner, but it also works when you accept yourself. So begin by accepting yourself. You are not perfect. You are growing. That's fine. You are not Miss World, but Miss World is also not you. God being so good to us, our real beauty is always inside, not outside. Because outside, we can compare and say, hey, as for my head, this head, this nose, God, didn't he want to give me nose or something? So outside, you can compare and grade yourself down. But inside, get this, you are as beautiful as you want to be. It's all up to you. And so accept yourself and become the most beautiful person inside. And then accept your partner. Accept your partner for who he is. And always remember that we are what we are, not because we've made a choice. We are what we are because of nature, of the environment, of the society, of the company we grew up in. So remember that, accept that. And then together, you can all grow into your best selves from that point on. And then also accept the conditions of being in a relationship. There are restrictions and demands in being in a relationship. Unfortunately, there are people who are in a relationship and refuse to accept the fact that there are limitations to this. If you refuse to accept the limitations that relationships can impose on you, then I'm afraid you are in trouble. Well, so this is Ghana in love. Ghana in love. J for generosity, H for honesty and for hygiene, and then we go to A for attention, and then watch your attitude, and for nourishing and nurturing, and then acceptance, which is our last letter for A. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll take a little break, and when we do come back, we'll be going on to your questions, and then we'll take it out from there. So please, don't go away, and thank you for staying with us.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investments. Yes, my investment.
Your investment. Oh. Sir, Considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards gratification.
Meaning?
In simple terms, sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stanbic Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stanbic Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investments. Yes, my
Investment, your investment. Your investment. Oh, sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards gratification.
Meaning?
In simple terms, sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stanbic Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stanbic Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.
Thank you very much for staying with us. I'm grateful. I'm getting some very interesting comments. A few of you have commented on my suit. Thank you very much. Somebody saying you're looking handsome. Yeah, you know. Sure. Iris says I was at the first web Mata day. Iris, yes, we are aware you were there. You are one of the two who made it. So thank you very much. But there's Dulu. Is that Dulu? Dulu. The reason why I'm using the Dulu is that one I can pronounce. The first name I can pronounce. She has her own take on on Ghana in love, and she says the J is for generous, H for hardworking, A for awesome, N for nationalistic. Dulu, that's why I have a problem with you. Nationalistic, what do you mean? So you mean you won't marry anybody outside your nation or something? And then A for accurate. Dulu. The last two, work on it, work on them. But the first three, fantastic. I agree with you. All right, and then where's Canison?
Not here.
Canison is hiding somewhere and dropping bombs. And
I'm sure he's here. He's so slim, you just can't see.
Generation X and Z have a definition of inside beauty. I'd like to know the chief superintendent of Gen X and Z. Who else? Okay. I think most are just to say, right. Now, I asked you to send us questions so we can deal with them. Akusio has your questions, and so she will read them, and then I have three other people joining me, two other people joining me. So I have Efe. Efe is always brings joy to me. So if Efe has nothing to say at all and she's available, she'll be on camera. I mean, you should know that. And then Akosia, who is now gradually carrying Encore.
Yes.
We call her Madam Webinar.
Yes.
In Roverman. And then we have the handsome and Adrian.
Yes.
Adrian, I understand you have something that you have to. You were sent.
Yes.
I understand you were sent.
It's a task I wanted to avoid.
Okay. So what is it?
So my wife, being the wife she is,
yes,
I wanted to say thank you to you for the little surprise.
Okay.
That you gave her, and she picked a little plaque with one of your favorite quotes from Numbers 6:24 to 26, and it says, "The Lord bless and keep you," and the whole 9 years. And she said, "I should present it to you to place next to you on Encore."
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies. Did you notice that Adrian was subdued, speaking on behalf of his wife?
Yes.
Yes, we noticed.
Because this is not Adrian. Suddenly, it's almost as if he can't talk well.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything, there's a time and a season.
Oh my goodness. Efwa, thank you very much. I know Efwa is watching us. Efwa, don't mind me. I wanted to make your husband hot small, but thank you. Akusha, let's take our first question and then we go on.
This one says, comments on love in Ghana. And this is what the person says. I find that not many people truly celebrate love in Ghana. People or friends are usually suggesting cheating to married people, especially men. Example, oh, your wife isn't in town. Why don't you take this girl home? Yet if something goes wrong in your marriage, they pretend to be sympathetic, but leave you to deal with the consequences yourself. When you show love to people, when you show love, people find it annoying. People intentionally try to cause problems between dating or married couples. Some people intentionally target dating or married men for sex. It's very sad, but I believe in Ghana, people don't celebrate love. They hate what people represent. I don't know if it's because they haven't found love or they don't believe love exists. Anyway, just my thoughts.
That is something we're going to deal with next week when we deal with the challenges of building a love relationship in Ghana. And this is one of them, the fact that there is this double standards when it comes to fidelity in Ghana, and we'll be addressing them. But for
There's
now,
also a second one.
Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Somebody said, Uncle, I've missed you. So me too. I go, Joanne, I've missed you too. All right, let's go to the next one.
The next one says, when love on social media. Okay, she says, so love on social media in Ghana. People portray only what they want others to see. So people see it and wish it for themselves. But then most of the time, it doesn't represent the reality. And she says, I know couple who have put very loving pictures on social media, but there is war at home. It's mostly all an illusion. And people unfortunately buy into. People need to appreciate what they have and work on it and not compare at all.
It's a very interesting comment there.
Okay. And it's from Nanefwa.
Well, it doesn't matter who it is from. I'm going to address it. But of course, I'm not surprised that it's from Nanefwa. I think this is the second time she's made this kind of comment on this platform. Please, for all of us, appearances can be very deceptive. And I have said before that married couples or people in a relationship are fantastic actors. They act, and depending on the environment and circumstances, they know how to act to make you think they have a fantastic relationship, when indeed they may not. So don't compare your relationship with another, with what you see, you think you are seeing in another relationship, because appearances can be very, very deceptive. You could be very wrong. I would say that I had this experience. When I was in working with a publishing house, we're launching a book for one of our authors. I happened to have a personal relationship with this author. And so I knew that he had a mistress. But come the day, the mistress could not be acknowledged. You know, so he was on the podium, on the stage with his wife. And the mistress was standing at the back. We did it at the British Council. Now there were quite a lot of people, so we had opened the door because the inside was full. So she was standing there. The doors were open, so we could hear, even from the foyer, we could get whatever was going on in there. Now, the author gets up and dedicates the book to his dear, loving, darling wife. And then he goes to where the wife is kissing, sitting down, and he kisses the woman. And the whole room loses their mind. Everybody, yeah! And the woman, oh! And then the woman, the mistress, at that particular time, was standing beside me. And she looks at him and says, James, have you seen your man? You see what he's doing? But he's going home with me, not with her. You know, so appearances can be very deceptive. Mrs. Nsiapoku told me something. She said, every relationship has its own formula. Please be satisfied with the formula you and your partner are working. Believe me, you may be having the best relationship than anybody around you. Don't discount that one. But let's take another question.
There's one here.
Okay.
We have adopted things outside our love culture and are struggling to keep up with it. What's acceptable and what's not?
We've accepted things outside our culture.
Our love culture.
What's the love culture of Ghana?
That's what I'm curious to know about the question.
You not want to know what the love culture in Ghana is. No, true. Traditionally, we don't believe in love.
True.
No, we don't. That is why when your parents are trying to get you to marry somebody by force, and you say, but I don't love him, they will slap you. What is love? You know, we are saying you're marrying him. What is your problem? You can't go to your parents and say that, oh, we don't love each other anymore, or my husband doesn't love me anymore. They would insult you. Yeah. Does he give you chop money? Yes. Does he eat your food? Yes. Does he come home? Yes. Does he from time to time ask for sex? Yes. Then what is wrong with you? So sure. we are not quite there yet. So don't let anybody tell me we have a love culture in Ghana. Effie,
Uncle,
let's go. The Ghana in love. What do you think?
Oh, I was about to read the next question. Just a second. So I think all of these things are necessary.
Hold on. This is interesting.
I'm glad.
Hold on. Eden.
Yes.
Have you seen what I've just seen?
Oh yes, I think I've seen. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
No, confirm that you know what I'm talking about. What is it?
Yeah, she said if I presented it earlier.
Ever in the defense of Adrian, he thought of a better way of doing it.
Oh.
So he set it up beside me on my side table here, wanting it to become a surprise to me. So he wanted to take your thing to a whole new level. Unfortunately, Whyte being who he is, I have a way of spoiling everything, and so I have spoiled it for him. So don't hold it against him. He tried. He really tried.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go.
Yes, I agree with all of it. I think these.
Hey,
are...
wait. Uh-oh. Have you seen the jab Kabute is throwing at you?
Yeah.
No, Kabute, you should know because I know how humbled you became.
Hey.
Yeah, so Kabute, no, this is Kabute speaking. And he's talking for himself.
Yeah.
He knows how
knows,
marriage humbled him. So Kabute, yes, we know. I know it because I know how much it humbled you. Okay, if for the third time, let's go.
I was like, Uncle, are you sure? I'm trying. I'm gonna try. Okay, so I think it's nice. I agree with the concepts, and I think there are a lot of people in Ghana who enjoy these things. I don't know if a majority of people do, and I would wish that a majority of them have all these things. When you got to honesty, I think that it's not just, I added an open, honest and open
yeah.
in brackets, because I think that you can be honest when you're pushed to be, or you can decide to be open and honest and say, whenever there's something on my mind, whenever I've experienced something, I'm going to be open about it and bring it to the table before it becomes a potential issue. And I know that there are a lot of young people who have an issue with the open part. Okay. They would rather you get to the part where the person has to confront or ask you, or the issue is brought to them before you're honest, because people are afraid of ruining a good thing before it gets started. And so you find a lot of people entering relationships and not telling the partner something that has happened recently or in the past that is big enough to affect things, and always waiting for the drama to hit before saying it. And you hear them, it's don't do it, don't tell the person you've done this, don't tell the person you've gone through that. But sometimes these are the things that let the person know what they're dealing with, understand the person they're dealing with. People in relationships can come and say, babe, I'm having this issue, can we talk about it? People are afraid of that, but I think if you add and open, you'll bypass a lot of problems later on.
Except that, and I'd like the three of you to help me on this. I'm getting a lot of cases where somebody is open and it is used against him.
Yeah. So
for instance, a girl comes and says, oh, you will not believe it. You know that church elder, you know he was sitting on me. And then that becomes an issue from that point on. Why was he hitting on you? What did you do? Are you sure you did not encourage him? And things like that. And then whenever she's enjoying the company of anybody, male, we want to know, you're going to, again. You know. So sometimes the reason why people are not open is because they've been open and it's being used against them.
And is that the kind of person you want to be with? If I tell you my reality and you decide to use it against me, why would I stay with you? Because these are things that you may need to help me in the relationship. Either I need healing, or I need you to know that I attract people. Okay. Can you be secure enough to deal with it? Can you be strong enough to help me through it? If you can't, then maybe you're not the right person. And not everybody can handle that.
I need to grow, but you too, you need to grow and learn to keep a few things for yourself.
There's also that.
Because that is also the other part of it. Yes. Because it isn't everything that ought to come out. And the challenge is knowing the difference, knowing when this one, let me wait on it. This one, I owe it to this person to drop it. This one, I owe it, you know. It's a balance that we may not always get right, but at least we've got to know we need to keep that balance. Akusha, your reaction to that?
Uncle, they were very interesting points. What jumped at me, especially with the genes, was time. And as you were speaking, I was thinking of our generation and how we don't think, most of us don't think of time as if you are being generous with your time, it shows something, you communicate something. We are so used to the material things. So if I have a boyfriend, I have a husband or wife, you know, on the other side, and then the person spends money on me, buys things for me, you know, ask for money and then my mom alert, I want to travel and this is available. And that's how we communicate generosity.
Yes.
Like the person spends time with you. We don't factor it as generosity.
Yeah.
I remember.
And yet that time may be more expensive than the money he has sent you.
Yes. And then the second one, that's actually was the hygiene. And when you spoke about your friend's mom who always it reminded me of the book I read, The Total Woman. And I think in one of the chapters she mentioned that.
As your speaker.
Oh, sorry. I think it's. Okay, so she mentioned that anytime she hears the doorbell or the gate, it means that the husband is coming in.
Okay.
She just quickly wears her one. She said she mentioned of a very red dress she had, with the heels, and then she gets ready for her husband. But the other time, when she heard the door, she couldn't. She thought it was the husband. Quickly opened the door and was a delivery man who saw all the things she was wearing, all those revealing things. But I think that hygiene is very, very important. The little things we do to attract the opposite.
I hope the delivery man walked away in peace.
Like, oh, I won't take money.
Adrian, never drive a Uber.
Oh gosh.
Never drive a Uber. Yeah, Adrian, your comments.
Yeah, first thing that caught my attention is nurturing and nourishing. It's something that I've noticed that once a relationship hits a certain level, for men, we just allow it to be because, yes, it is what it is. And I believe that it takes effort and consciousness to nurture and to make it grow and to look fresh and to remain fresh and lively, if I could find a better word. It's something that I have noticed that as a man I take, like, I didn't take serious before. Consciously working at the relationship. Yes, it's beautiful. You've gotten there, but there's a tendency to neglect the things that make the relationship tick and make it fun. And it's something that really caught my attention when it was brought to the table today. So it's one thing I'm going away with: nourishing and nurturing, being conscious of that, and accepting not just yourself, your partner, but the conditions of the relationship.
The conditions of that very institution.
Being in a relationship. Yes. Also with the kind of person that you're with. So you're dating somebody with a PhD. Note that this is a woman who is going to soar above me. Accept that condition. Live with that understanding. I know that my wife has ambitions far above what I even have, and I'll be a stupid man to say, oh, why are you reaching so far? Stop this, do this. And if I do that, I'll be stifling her happiness with me, and that she'll be less than herself. So there are conditions every relationship will come with, and you are wise to know that being with Akosia means this, so I have to understand and adjust to be with her, not say that, oh, media say I'm here. Media say I'm a pen. There are conditions every relationship puts out, and it was interesting to hear that.
Like if you're married to a very beautiful pharmacist and you don't push yourself, and I'm not mentioning any names, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, you've got to know that the competition is keen, very keen, everywhere, but we're not talking about that. Kabute, I like this comment. Kabute says, I feel there's a lot we can learn from people, but in relationship there's almost no map to dealing specifically to yours. Patience and sincerely relating constant learning each other and finding your own fun goes a long way. Well, Kavite, the fragrance from your mouth
Is
sweet. Yes. Which play was that?
The day that came.
The day that came.
The
yes.
day. Have we shown that?
Yes.
Yes,
That was the
yes. That
first
was our
play.
very first-
that
Oh,
we
that was the
streamed.
very first play
Our
we
very
showed. Okay.
first.
All right. All right.
Uncle, there are some questions.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, this one comes from a special. We know who this will come from when I read it. Uncle and Encore panel, what is your take on public display of affection when you are out together? Should it be completely non-existent till you get home? Because some people won't even hold your hand in public, or they won't smile at you in port.
Efwa, the Efwa, the
I didn't know it was about
I said, you know who
it
it
was
is.
about me. Oh, God. I just found out.
No, it's not about you.
No, like, okay, yeah.
No,
It's not about me.
no, it's not about you.
Not about you.
Yeah,
It's a
No,
question.
F1 just posted a comment that she has posted about 40 times
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at least every week.
to us. F1, the last A in Ghana is acceptance. And not all of us are expressive. Or we are expressive in different ways. There are people who, outside in public, do not want, will not do that. But that doesn't mean, the point is that for that person, just being out there with you is romantic. It's romantic for him. Than you reaching out and touching the hand and things like that becomes some way. So remember, there's Harry and Meghan. They can't stop touching. Okay, one can't stop touching the other. Then there's William and Kate. You don't see much of that either. But don't think one is better
Than the other.
than the other. People are different too. People are different. There are girls who, even though married, can only allow you to touch them when there's light off, when the light is off. Then there are also girls who, even with floodlights, do not mind at all. Already, you've got to accept it. I mean, one is not better than the other.
There's a few more questions.
Okay, let's go.
Does arranged marriage really work? Because they seem to be doing better than the ones we choose ourselves.
I did a research. I don't know what made me do this research. This was when I was in elementary school, Form 3. Again, if you ask me, for the life of me, I do not know why on that day. Because in school, I was a very reserved person, except when we were in the playing field. But on this day, I decided to do some research. I asked a number of my mates whether they had stepbrothers and sisters. And everybody in my class, in a class of 48 people, everybody had a stepbrother or a stepsister. Everybody has seen divorce in his family and remarriage. Now remember, this was in early part of 1960. Okay, so this latter part of 1960, because I was in Form 3 in 1968. Please don't close your mind. It isn't too far away. It was just yesterday. So the point I'm making is that the evidence suggests that arranged marriages do not work any better than we making our own choices. Some of those marriages worked, thank God, but some of those marriages did not work at all. But at any rate, in the context of the arranged marriages, were also structures put in place to support those marriages. So for instance, when the girl delivered, she had the option of going to her parents and going away for 3 months or more, you know. So within that time, this issue of, and he doesn't even wake up at night to help me feed the baby.
Was not available.
He sleeps and the child will be crying and he won't help me, which is a common thing now was not an issue
At all.
in those days, because for all we know, the two of you may not be friends. You know, so there were, like in my house, we never had the house help, but there were always helpers, because my mother's junior sisters were in the house, and sometimes their children were also with us. Do you understand me? Now, that support system meant that when my father came from work, in the days that he was sober, he was not bothered to make time for my wife, for my mother. You know, he was given a nice seat out there. The table is laid for him. Remember, I grew up in a house. We didn't know what dining table was. You know, they just bring this table before, you know, so the table is there, and then he served, and then he eats, and he had a signal, and I think every father had that signal. He clears his throat in a certain way, and we the children know that he's done. And then there's a race to go and get it, because he would always have left some small piece.
It's always left over.
And then we go and we are fighting for it and things like that. But the point I'm making is that he's left out there to his own devices. There's no demand on him to make conversation with my mother or anybody. So within those arranged marriages, there were systems put in place to ensure that this thing can work, and the whole society is committed to that.
True.
As against today, you come from work, and it doesn't matter whether you are tired or not. Akosia is waiting for you. Akosia is waiting for you to share with you something that Efe said in the office.
Definitely.
Or some fantastic project that that Adrian talked about. And then you can't tell Akosia that, oh, I'm tired. Can we talk about it? You are tired, he's saying.
True.
And what I mean in coding, come on. You know, so that is my take. Those relationships were not necessarily better than the struggles we are having now. Marriage in any context is problematic, and don't kid yourself. No matter who you marry, you know, it's interesting. Sometimes when you are talking with a girl or a boy who is not your partner, they seem so reasonable. They seem so reasonable, and so they say, you wonder, oh, if I had married this person, life would have been far better. And yet, the reason why this person seems so reasonable and so nice is because you are not married to that person. If you had been married to that person, it would be a very different matter. Yes, is there any other question?
Yes, it's a few more.
Let me, there's a young lady I'd like to acknowledge. She calls herself Lala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eska, if you haven't missed me, I have missed you. And anytime you take your leave, let me know so you can come here, okay? But it's good to know that you are on there. Yes, let's go.
Okay, there's two from YouTube. The first one is, Uncle, I agree with your version of Ghana love. I would add ambition and hard working. Couples need to work hard to keep the marriage going, as well as supporting each other financially. And then there's a question. How do I deal with a lying partner because I'm being affected emotionally?
How do you deal?
With a lying partner.
Oh, the point is that at the time you were marrying him, he was lying. No, he didn't start lying when you married him. He was lying before you married him. He will continue to lie. And even his death, the crowd will be a lie.
Mercy.
I'm sorry, I'm being very insensitive to this. But I put it to you, you knew he was a liar before you married him, or before you got into that relationship. How do you deal with a person like that? I think it helps when you just... I like it when I'm dealing with a liar. One of my adopted children is a liar. He is a pathological liar. Ask him his name and he will lie to you first before you come. Yeah, his default answer will be a lie. Before you tell, hey, is that your name? Oh, then he will go on to the end. Lying comes easy. And I love relating to him because I know what to expect. You know, and I like asking him questions. Especially questions I know the answer to. Then it becomes entertainment for me.
You see what he comes up with.
No, because I compare how creative his answer is to what the truth is. And I'm entertained. And I'm like, wow. This boy is in top form. But then I have also adopted sons who generally will not lie. You don't think they lie. But later on some issue, then you realize, oh my goodness, the guy lied to me. Because he doesn't do it all the time. Do you understand me? But on some issue, he has misguided you. He has misdirected you. And you go, so sometimes I would rather like to deal with the liar because I know him. I know what to expect. So as soon as he draws something, no, I'm sure this one is off the chart. It helps. But the problem with being married or living with a liar is not the lies he tells you. It is the lies he tells in town that they are found out and they come and confront you about him. The embarrassment of relating to somebody like that. I think I've told this story here before. The guy who married, married a girl. They were living in Teshi, and every day will bring home chicken, live chicken, every day. And the wife thought she's been so blessed to be married to this man who provides so wonderfully. Then one day, the guy comes home with, as usual, chicken. And then the woman is preparing the meal, the chicken for meal, when she heard voices outside. Very, very angry voices. And she tells herself, oh, as for my people in Teshi, when will they stop quarreling and fighting? Then she found the voices coming closer and closer to the house. Then they enter the house and a woman says, that's my chicken. Oh! What had happened is that the people in the neighborhood had discovered that their chickens were getting lost gradually. Because can you imagine, every day he brings one home. Apparently, what he does is that...
This thing makes me laugh every time, I swear.
And apparently what he did was that he always had corn in his pocket. So as soon as he gets down from trotro and he's walking, he's dropping. And then they are following. So the closer one, he's quick, grabs that one, and that's dinner. That's his dinner for that day. He's coming home. And so people in the neighborhood had been watching our chicken, and some boys playing saw that this man is dropping chicken, is dropping corn, and the chicken are following him. So they pretended they were playing, but they were watching him. Then they saw him grab and continue. So they went straight to the owner of the chicken and said, "Come, we know where your chicken is."
The guy did for him.
You know, now a situation like that, how do you deal with it? And trust me, in Teshi, you have to move out. Because everywhere you go, they will compose a song about you. Well, let's take a last question and then we go.
Is it a good idea to propose to your best friend? And if they reject you, do you go back to being a best friend?
Somebody asked Ken why he laughed so loud.
I want to know.
At this. Ken, I heard your laughter.
The number you have dialed cannot be reached.
All right, I'm redialing.
The phone is off.
No, Ken, come on camera. When the question was dropped, this is Ken. He laughed so loudly.
Hello. Yes, Uncle.
That I could hear him from the control room. Ken,
yes.
Why were you laughing?
Uncle, you see,
yes.
One of the biggest ways to lose people close to you, we've harshly come to realize, is to propose to them.
Okay.
You know, and it's. I think that this should be a conversation we should have another time. That you propose to a lady, and the first thing she says is, "Why are you doing this?"
Messy.
You know, we are friends. So why are you doing this? So when I read the question, I'm like, this guy has probably lost his friend, not for a long time, for a while. She'll go, but she'll come back and be, you know, because now she knows what he's thinking about her, and she may not think of, or she doesn't see him in that light.
Was a lady who asked the question?
It was
It's a guy.
Yeah.
It's a guy who asked the question.
Yeah.
So it means that he might have proposed.
Yes,
To
he
the
did.
girl.
Yes.
And she's probably said we should stay friends, and he's like, I don't know what to do now.
Because that's what happens. Like you can't be with her as a friend anymore because you've lost it. And the thing is, he probably knew the answer before he went.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the signs are glaring, but we choose to ignore it. The signs that they are there. Me, I've done this thing before. When she said no, I couldn't look at her for 5 years till we reconnected. So Adi, you knew it. I say, you know. But if you've not said it, Charlie, look at the signs, read it well, because there are always signs when somebody is liking you. She'll drop it. You don't even need to struggle to know if somebody likes you. If you can't see it, then it really is that she doesn't like you. So save yourself the embarrassment.
What is wrong? What is it with women that you can deceive yourself that we are close to you, but we are not thinking of you romantically?
I think sometimes we take you by your words. So
Which way? The guy is coming
if
to
you've not
propose. He
said
didn't say you are my sister. Let's.
if he's never said it before, if he's never expressed that kind of, some guys are very clear. They come at you and they're clear with what they want, whether it's good or bad, they're clear. And then there are guys that are just great and they are there. There's no sign of romantic interest. So you take them for that.
But he's making time for you.
Yeah, but in your mind,
He's supportive. No, he's supportive.
Yeah, we like his uncle.
You like him being supportive. You like being there for you. You like the fact that you know that no matter how hot you are, this person, if I call him, he'll drop everything and come. And you say what?
We don't want it to go a step further.
we take it we take it like that. There are many women who will say, he is my friend. Best friend.
Ladies,
Them day.
anyway.
It's an important conversation.
We like it, you would like that. Let it be like this.
Yeah.
Akosia, when you wake up and you have a very bad dream, you can pick the phone and call and say that, are you asleep? Oh, no. Is it a good time? No. Oh, yeah, let's talk. Oh, you won't believe the dream I had.
Yes.
And he's hearing you.
Yes.
And he's comforting you.
Yes.
And then you finish by telling him, I'm happy. You are always there for me.
Yes. Yes.
Come again.
Yes.
Who assigned him that place?
Oh, but sometimes.
So he's a comforter.
That's it.
Listen, it's not poking.
Yes.
That is way.
Yes. No, but some of you play into that too. Let's be real. Some guys gladly, it's fire service. You've said it before here, Uncle.
Yes.
These are your fire service guys. They
Yes.
are always there for that woman. And they'll never express that this could go any further. But they are there.
But
And when you go ahead and marry, crying.
That is the, yes.
Uncle.
When who goes ahead to marry?
When
The
girl
lady goes and
ahead
marry.
to then the girl like, I was there for you, I did everything for you.
Yeah, but when he goes ahead and marries to
He can still be her friend though.
And she'll do the same thing.
yes, she'll do the same
Relax.
thing.
She'll do the same thing.
I can decide to
But
marry
he can still go for her. She can still call him and he'll go for her.
Run. Listen,
Run!
because they're emotionally attached to each other.
It's a two-way destiny.
I hate to say this, but Ken was right. we'll have to have this.
Ken is
You see
right.
how excited he is?
We'll have to have this
That
discussion.
will
No, I apologize that we've taken so much of your time. We've taken almost 10 minutes of your time. I apologize. And with that, thank you for staying with us. There is one of my favorite ladies came into the studio. She came late, I threw a punch at her, so I can't even acknowledge her because otherwise, what I said, people will get to know who it was I was talking about, and I don't want them to know. So we would like to thank you for staying with us. Remember, on the 28th of March, our second webinar, which Aris and one more person. Come again?
Elom.
Which only Aris and Elom attended. Will be our second one will be coming. I hope we can count more than Aris and then Elom. It is on the 28th at 5 p.m. And the topic, when trust is broken. And then on the 10th and 11th of April, we'll be streaming our play, Men Run, Women Cry. Well, stay blessed. Next week, we'll do part 2 of this. Ghana in love. And because of that, we'll factor in this discussion. The wickedness of women.
A shock.
The wickedness of women.
Hey.
And it takes so much of this boy's life, and it can go on for years.
Yes, the naivety of the men who follow that.
Yes.
All right.
You can spend 10 years.
No, whether it's sincerity or it is cheating or whatever it is, we'll talk about it next week. So hope to see you. All the best. Stay safe, please.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investments. Yes, my investment.
Your investment. Oh, sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards ratification.
Meaning?
In simple terms, Sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stambik Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stambik Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.